Hello Galactic family. Resting your soul. Question Masters, in relation to the central galactic sun, it is said that it has the power to restart a soul, so that the soul can begin the evolutionary process of reincarnation again. Some souls, from their own free will, asked if they could go to the central sun to have their souls restarted. How can a soul travel to the central galactic sun to be restarted? Would you suggest meditating on the concept, how to meditate on traveling to the center of the galaxy, seeing the black hole, and then traveling on it and having your frequency identity stripped and restarted? How is this process? It would be beneficial if we could form a group of pilgrim souls, who could meditate collectively on this, and when it was time we could travel together there so that our souls could be restarted. Sigmund, United States. Answer: a soul is a non-physical, energetic, amorphous mist that enters a physical body in order to have experiences in the duality of the earth. She is eternal, can be partially in several places at the same time, as she chooses, and remembers everything she has chosen to experience. The mythical central galactic sun, if it existed, would be contained in a physical world. Physical worlds are illusory, being constructed by each soul, often in conjunction with others, to allow them to learn the lessons they desire through the experiences they draw to themselves. A soul does not need to be restarted every time it incarnates. She has amnesia for everything she has ever encountered, unless she chooses to have some recollection of past experiences. Each soul can have a complete disconnect from any past, if it chooses, so there is no need to cleanse its history. Would you choose to forget how to do arithmetic after you learn it in elementary school? This would prevent him from learning geometry or algebra in high school since it has no basis for advanced knowledge. Your various suggestions for going to this unknown location are a means to perform astral projection, remote viewing, or bilocation. The only problem for your soul is that each of these practices involves only the physical body and the mind, not the eternal soul. And although the physical body carried the soul that animates it throughout the journey, it is not the totality of the soul. One part is always in the unconditional love of the home with the energy of the source, and other parts may be elsewhere, as the soul chooses. Why do not you try to use your travel methods to go to the source, in unconditional love, and talk to the souls there about your ideas of a hard disk cleanup? Obtain an eternal soul's perspective on your ideas, instead of just listening to the opinions of physical, earthbound, and dual living humans. Life abortion, and now? Answer Masters, I would like to know if I have some assignments in this world. I've never done anything exceptional. I have an empty life, without meaning, without joy, just work. I've never had a relationship, nor love. I study a lot, trying to understand where I left my life because I did not see that I would have a family. I always thought that nobody liked me, because even my mother did not want me. I've never met my father. Maybe it influence, but I do not know if this is true. I do volunteer work, but even this does not bring me more satisfaction. I feel very sad. Is there anything I can do to feel better about myself? Luciana, Brazil. Answer: one of your desired life lessons during this incarnation was to understand who you are as a soul and to be able to create a meaningful life. Each person creates their own reality. If you do not believe that something exists, it does not exist. If you think you cannot be loved, you will block any love you receive from others. If you think it is raining, even if the sun is shining, then it is an unlucky and rainy day for you. Once you do not have self-confidence, feeling that you do not want to be loved, and you have not been loved so far, you are unable to open yourself to love. In addition, you feel sorry for yourself, so you will not allow yourself to be happy, even if things are good for you. You are able to turn your life into a wonderful experience if you wish. You wish? Even during your volunteer work, you are just going through the motions, without involving your emotions in what you are doing. Since society considers volunteering as something favorable, you have experienced it, seeking the appreciation of society. Things do not work that way. The act of helping others is really meant to help you understand the situations others are experiencing, so that you do not have to experience them yourself. It is not to receive the gratification of those who are served. Do this because you like it, not for another reason. Make a list of things you believe will make you happy. Form them into affirmations, stating that they already exist, as you imagined them. Repeat them to yourself every day, as if they already existed. Before long, you will see that they begin to become the experience that comes to you, your new reality. What this means. Question Masters, I continue to hear many spiritual talks and I have repeatedly come across these terms as 1. Accept what there is. 2. Deliver. 3. Love and fear. 4. Situations are shadows of your own belief system. My request is that you can explain the above terms in the analogies or examples. Zine, India. Answer. One of the unfortunate realities of current understanding and teaching in spiritual talks is the lack of a consensus of opinion on the meaning of terminology and the methods needed to achieve a state of spirituality. Human beings exist in a duality of equal parts of negative and positive energies. These conflicting energies allow each person to make choices about how they will live their lives and what they will create as a reality. Accepting what is, also sometimes referred to as living in the now, is a reference to the recognition of the things you draw to yourself, so that you can learn by experiencing them. If you do not admit to yourself what you are dealing with, you cannot learn from it. And if you spend all your time thinking about what happened in the past, or what you think you will do in the future, you are not aware of what you are facing so you can work it out. Most of the time in which the word delivery is used, it refers to recognizing what is happening, whether it wants to or not. It is human nature to deny something with which you do not want to deal with or ignore its existence. Surrendering to the reality of your situation allows you to work with and learn from it. Love and fear refer to the only 2 true emotions that can be felt by the human body. Love is the epitome of positive energy, and everything else is negative, appearing in various forms of fear. In working for spiritual enlightenment, you seek to obtain a state of love. Watching and dealing with the fears in your life allows you to achieve this positive energy. Situations are shadows of your own belief system discusses how you work through the negative judgment of the ego for positive unconditional love. When a human being enters into society, he receives beliefs as a way to fit in. These ideas form a system by which they determine how they will behave in society. These beliefs also reflect chosen lessons, such as being unworthy, not being good enough, or unable to be happy. The soul then draws to itself what it wishes to experience, so beliefs gather situations that will allow the person to face his lessons and decide what to do with them. What is important in any teaching you undertake is that it resonates with you. When you participate in your session that seems wrong to you, it is not simply the right time or place for you to deal with this teacher's opinions. You may not be advanced enough, or you may have gone through this lesson without completing it. Reincarnation Guide. Robin from Australia asks the Masters, my husband is loving and sensitive. When he is in our house, His mood is affected and his anxiety levels increase, leaving him distracted and angry. Is it the energy in our home that is affecting it, or is it some other cause? What can he do to release the charge he seems to be carrying? Answer: you have an energy in your home that is harmful to your husband. He feels negative and angry and he is just responding to it. He has some negative energies attached to him that act according to the presence of the energy of his home. He needs a cleansing to disconnect from these discordant waves. Your intention to break free from these ties is essential. Bringing white, unconditionally loving energy is vital. Releasing as many negative thoughts and actions as possible will make him immediately feel different. Albertina of Portugal asks the Masters: after years of trying to understand the spiritual world, I have learned many things, but it happens that with so much information, techniques and advice about how to live here on earth being light, at this moment I feel without purpose, without knowing the way forward. I also enjoyed going out, dancing, dating, but now it seems like I've lost this will. Answer: people change as they mature, gaining a sense of responsibility for their journey. When you get so much information, it seems like part of it is in conflict, and so it is important that you rely on your own feelings for what works best for you. Each individual creates his or her own reality by what he accepts as having a direct effect on him. With you, you are confused because you try to incorporate everything, and some information does not seem appropriate. Do not accept all ideas as valid for you until you see if they resonate with you. Deborah, from Brazil, asks the Masters: are there twin flames? Is there only one person who is right for me, or is there more? How to deal with this yearning for one? Answer: twin flames are a spiritual reality, the last energy from which you split when you were created. They are rarely on earth when you are there. A soul may have chosen to have many relationships for the purpose of learning about physical love. There is never just one person for you. You will attract those companions who can help you know why you came. Bonnie, from the United States, asks the Masters: I know this will be a significant year for me. I would like to know if there is anything I should be doing to help in the evolution of my spiritual consciousness. Answer: reduce contact with negativity, welcome all positive things. Intend to live in unconditional love, beginning with you. Face fears and doubts and live in the moment, seeing all the great opportunities that you are drawing to yourself. Mary from Costa Rica asks the Masters: is it possible to locate the reincarnation of someone from a past life? Answer: it is possible to connect with the souls in the home and communicate with them. It is easy to do this under hypnosis, but if you can internalize more in meditation, you can achieve them through this medium, too. Although it is difficult if they once again had another life on earth, you would be able to get some information from your higher self that remains connected to the source energy. Supriya from India asks the Masters: I have lost my dear friend for a year and a half. Although she had been ill for a long time, her death was almost a shock. Unfortunately, I could not see her one last time, before she died. Sometimes I feel guilty about it. Could you please tell me how she is? Has she reached her spiritual home safely? Could you also convey my love to her? Answer: her soul is at peace in the home, in unconditional love. All spirits can hear everything directed to them from the earth, so she is aware of her feelings and sends her love. Susie from NZ asks the Masters: I wonder if I have a strong connection, at a soul level, with the genius singer George Michael, who unfortunately died on Christmas Day 2016. I was devastated. I have loved him all my life, not only because of his wonderful music, but also because of his personality, I was drawn to his energy that he radiated. Answer: you have had no contact with this particular soul before. You fell in love with it, because your music stimulates your inner energy. Continue to exercise this connection through the vibrations of the music, and his soul will be happy to have a conversation with you when you meet in the home. Thiago, from Brazil, asks the Masters, will Nibiru/Nemesis come to the solar system? If so, when? Will this have consequences on Earth? Answer: every soul creates its own reality. Everything you see and interact with is an illusion until you give it physical substance with your beliefs. An extremely small number of humans have created a planet called Nibiru. All others, especially those in the scientific community, know that it does not exist because of the way the cosmos was covered by satellites, without capturing a view of this planet. He is not on a collision course with this planet Earth. Lisa, from the United States, asks the Masters, what happened when I died and why did I come back? My death occurred on April 26, 2015. Answer: you were at a point where circumstances allowed you to return home at that moment, if this was what you really wanted to do. You decided that there was even more that you wanted, so you stayed. You exercised your free will. Maria from Brazil asks the Masters, we are going through some difficult lessons in my family. Is my youngest daughter a real transsexual, or is it some other kind of mental illness that makes her believe it? I'm very worried that it might be some other manifestation, but this could just be my denial. What's happening to her? Is she going to be okay? Answer: your daughter chose to experience a life in which she would work with gender confusion, and this has nothing to do with any mental condition. This is her lesson. Try to support your choice. Denying a fact does not make it disappear, or become something else. Ira, from Brazil, asks the Masters, I have always had difficulty staying in a job, not a problem with me. I am studious, responsible, but things do not work. What can I do, professionally? Answer: stop creating impossible situations for yourself. You have an idea and it grows into an expectation that you are intractable, thus sabotaging your future because you cannot realize your dreams. Be realistic about the talents you have, and then have patience until you are comfortable in one position. You also have to have the intention to follow and not just decide after a short period of time that you do not like the location. Laura, from Brazil, asks the Masters, as you may realize, lately I am very confused and not knowing what to do. I have connected with a person, but we have finished, but until today I have a great love for her. My question is if this person is really right for me. If it's the one I'm looking for, my great love. I also wanted to know if we would be together and what I should do. Answer: every soul has the free will, and desire of one person does not cause others to do what they want. There is not just one person for you. Communication is the way in which you share your love and your plans with someone. Talk to her and see if she shares your feelings. If not, it's time to move on to someone else.